Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. But today, make una carry paper, make una carry biro, anywhere where you dey. Make una hear say, make una hear, not be hear say again, make una hear where some of our money dey. And this money where we dey talk about, it no reach anything compared to money. I don't ever talk and say, money dey when Nigerian money dey when Nigerian government no dey aware, say then dey. Some former permanent secretaries and some former directors in some ministries are the ones sitting on the money. E get banks where this money dey. Nobody fit trace the money like that, but these people know where the money dey. And they no gree thief the money. When I know what thing they do, then deposit this money keep. Every year, then they collect interest, big interest. 3 banks for Nigeria. We know their names. I don't talk them. I say, if federal government fit assure me, this time around, say, anybody will blow whistle on corruption, ill-gotten money, ill-gotten this, ill-gotten that, say, if person come out, he expose, they go give the person 20% of the money. After all, make them give them 30%. Money where we not even know where you come from. Even 30%, because some people can expose 1 trillion naira. 30% of 1 trillion naira is 300 million naira. 300 billion naira. Billion. So some people can expose 1 billion naira. 30% of 1 billion naira is 300 million naira. You understand? So I beg, if Nigerian government truly won't fight corruption, may they sign agreement with Brekete Family Human Rights Radio. We go make them public. If you expose, now that time you go see driver go expose your oga. Cook go expose your oga. Secretary go expose her oga. Orderly go expose. You get one orderly now. Where they detention. Now orderly to one big woman for this country. I even hear say the CSO to this woman. A personnel where they work under DSS. The woman slap him 2 times. That one another talk for another day. But our own be say, make Nigerian government assure us, say, then go give the money through. Before the end of this year, Nigeria is going to recover trillions of money and property. May they just confirm to us. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have the one and only. We have people bearing Ahmadu, Zubairu, Samaila Funtua, Musa Kazauri. But we have, to my knowledge, there is only one honorable. Even if there is another Gudaji Kazauri, no be honorable. He is the only honorable Gudaji Kazauri that we know. Let's appreciate him. Honorable, over to you, sir.
Yes, sir. My name is Honorable Mohammed Gudaji Kazauri, member House of Representatives, representing Kazauri, Roni, Gwiwa, and Enkwashi. I am from Jigawa State. I represent 4 local government, and is emirate, Uzbek class emir. I am very grateful today for being here, and I see in a short time I see something that surprised me here.
Yeah.
The way the chairman of Barakati Family and Human Rights Radio and Television is assisting the Nigerian people. This thing surprised me very much. He is a Muslim, but all of the people that I see he assists, they are Christian. That means if we have people like him, Nigeria will remain united and safe, and you will never see any religious crisis in Nigeria. Because we loving each other is the only thing that can unite people. Religious is a belief. Whoever believes on what he believes is between him and his God.
That's all.
There is nothing to fight. In Islam, nobody that will show you in the Quran where God says you must force somebody or hate somebody if he didn't do your religion. There is no place. Quran say, do your own, let me do my own. Likewise, the Bible, no place in the Bible that say you must force somebody to become a Christian. Let him do his own. Just on the day of judgment, everyone is on his own. Everybody is on his own. So carrying people together the way Chairman did today surprised me. And that is a sign of a good man. May God protect him. May God make billions of dollars come to him to continue assist people.
Amen.
And firstly, let me tell Nigerian people that I am appealing to Nigerian people to pray for the President Muhammadu Buhari.
So.
Because today I will say it as it is. Whoever knows President Muhammadu Buhari knows him as a trust person. Since right from the military time, he became a governor, he became a minister of petroleum, he built all these refineries and during his time, depots and others. He is a honest person. I want to remind Nigeria that honesty is still with him. He still remains honest. The only problem he has is when he trusts a person, or when you tell him that this thing is between you and your God, you will do it. He will leave you with your God and he will not interfere. So the people President appointed, they are the one disappoint Nigeria, and they disappointed him too.
How manage?
When I meet Mr. President one night, about 3 months ago, I told him, Mr. President, people are attacking you and accusing you nationwide.
Yeah. You told him?
I told him. He said, why? Honorable people are accusing me. Say, because people, they say they are in hunger. Many things is happening in this country. People are messing up this government. You didn't talk.
Yes.
He said, Honorable, I did what is constitutionally
right,
my right and my work. I appointed the service chiefs. I appointed the DGSS. I appointed all the parastatals in the ministries and others. Some I come back, I meet them, they have their constitutional mandate. I leave them to continue. They saw in that the Christian among them saw in with the Bible they trust, and the Muslims saw in with the Quran they trust that they will do between them and their God, they will walk with good heart, justice and fairness. What I observe in this my office, any paper come, I will ask them, are you between you and your God, this thing is truth? If you say yes, I will approve it. He said anything depends in terms of security. There is no government in the history of Nigeria that release money in security like what I give to security.
And some people have stolen the money, are still stealing the money.
He say, what I believe in it is what I see in paper. Whatever come to my table, I treated it. So whoever cheat people or deceive me, he will never deceive God. God is watching him. I know among of my appointees, they disappointed me, but I am praying for God to give me proof against them, that I will show Nigeria that nobody that can cheat people, if I know, I will leave him.
He told you that?
He told me.
3 months ago?
3 months ago.
In the night?
In the night. Only me and him. Mm-hmm. Mr. President said, since you bring this honorable, what is the solution? I told him the solutions, there is many solutions. What brought me here is the solution. There is one honest person. That man is a Christian, but I surprised how honest he is.
Yeah, no.
He run a monotechnics, like banking monotechnics. He has a school of banking honors.
And he's a Christian.
He's a Christian.
And very honest.
And very honest person.
Let's appreciate our Christian brothers and sisters.
His name is Adetola Adekoya. This man is a forensic auditor. In 2013, he lived in London, but in 2013 he came to Nigeria, do a research on stamp duty, because he can see the stamp duty is holding many countries.
He's surviving in many countries.
Many countries. And Nigeria, we have population. And the business, we cannot rely on oil. He came and do the research of stamp duty. At that very time, he meets the Jonathan, when President Jonathan is the president. He sent him to Central Bank. When he went to Central Bank, they see his research and they give him, they supported him to continue. After he did the research and finished, he now came out with stamp duty as national development goals. He said, if with this only, we can sustain our economy.
With only stamp duty?
With only stamp duty.
Make we appreciate this man now. You say his name is...
Mr. Adetola Adekoya.
Make una Google him.
School of Banking Honors.
Thank you.
Fortunately, this man, he went and meet the NIPOST. Because NIPOST, they are responsible at that time of stamp duty. He did a master service agreement with them. And they signed agreement. He gives them the research and he shows them how to charge the 50 naira in transactions above 2,000. That it will bring at least 40 to 30 billion daily.
Eh?
40,
from stamp duty
from
alone.
Stamp duty alone.
40 to 30 billion naira daily.
Daily. So they started it. When they start recovering, at that very time, these people are very smart. He quickly go and did a copyright on stamp of 50 naira stamp duty. He did a copyright so that nobody will come and
steal his
intellectual idea. He did a copyright, and the Attorney General, when we came this government, this present Attorney General, Minister of Justice, in his office, they endorsed his copyright. This man gradually moved to the SDF office. Meet the SDF, explained to them, they took him to the President Muhammadu Buhari. As the President Muhammadu Buhari see that idea, he approved that School of Banking Honors as authentic stamp duty consultant to the federal government. And he give him right. He says the federal government should provide adequate security and whatever he need to do the assignment. But fortunately, this man, he was called by the civilian to have something like bribe. This man refused. 2 weeks after he started, he is with his security. Some government go and start shooting him. God so kind, they didn't kill him, but bullet brush him. They took him to hospital.
In Nigeria here?
Here in Abuja.
Hey.
Very fortunately, this man, when he's in the hospital, he heard that they ordered to withdraw his security. That mobile police that are protecting him, they ordered them to withdraw them. So God so kind, thank God, as he stayed in London long, he becomes citizen.
Yes.
So the embassy quickly take him,
Oh no.
put him in the British Airways back to London to hospital.
Your country of origin cannot protect you.
Yes.
The country you are trying to save.
Yes.
The country you are trying to generate billions of naira for on daily basis. The same country is trying to eliminate you. You were taken to the hospital because they did not succeed. The Nigerian society, the Nigerian government now, we decided to withdraw the mopo that were able to repel, by the grace of God, repel the nonsense they came with. Now, Shebi, it was the mopo that God used to protect him. Let us withdraw. Was it the IG that did this withdrawal?
Surprisingly, I think that time is from the AIG office that they give.
Which year was that, sir?
I think it's around 2015.
Oh, okay.
15, 16. So when he run to London, he appear to come back.
So, wait, British government now came to rescue him.
They rescue him.
Wait, this guy is originally a Nigerian. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Now, he, by virtue of his honesty, commitment, stay in the Europe, he became a citizen. But primarily, he is a Nigerian.
From Ogun State.
Now, Nigerian government is trying to kill this man. His secondary citizenship, which is London, now brought British Airlines.
They put him in the British Airways back to London until he recovered.
Aye.
But he appeared to come back until when God come meet us, me and him.
Okay, you and Nkonsi.
Yeah, I went to London. I was invited by the House of Commons to London. As a member House of Representatives, I went to the British Parliament. I meet them because they say they love my confidence.
Who would not go like your confidence now evil? Now shaitan.
So when I meet with that man, he explained to me he was this good idea. He brought, and this is what happened to him. I tell him, don't worry. I will try and see the president. I will test the president. If the president know what he did to you, he will call you back. I see Mr. President. When I explain, Mr. President say, call him back, call him to come. And what surprised me, we have a very respected, patriotic Director General of State Security Service. He is uncompromised person. Bitchy. We provide security. This man, we brought him. I take this man as my driver inside the villa. We did a COVID test. I take him to the president. When president had this important
idea,
he nearly cried.
Like, how much are we supposed to be making every day from stamp duty, from this man's idea?
20 to 40 billion
Every
daily,
day?
Every day.
20 to 40 billion naira every day.
Every day. So, Mr. President say, Honorable, what is the solution now? I tell him, Mr. President, you should do a committee and give the committee power to investigate this issue that this man bring and make him continue so that we can solve our debts before you leave this government and stop borrowing. President is happy. He said, okay, go and write a memo. Choose the people of integrity as the committee members. I give you that. He give me everything. I went, I wrote a memo to him with a member. I told him, since it's that, this man, he's the one who come with the idea. Let him be the chairman of the committee. Because he's the one knows where the money is hidden. I give him the chairman. Then I become the secretary to the committee. Then I put the State Security Service DG as member. Bitch. I put the Minister of Finance, since it's the issue of finance, as member. Then I bring Deputy Director General, the retired NIA, Ambassador Emmanuel Okafo. Is an intellectual person and I put him as a member. Then I bring CP Wakili. There is one police commissioner Wakili.
What did they call
Singham. I put him as a member.
Very honest man. Let's appreciate.
Then I put Chief Justice of the Federation as judicial advisor to the committee. President see these 7 people, he say, wow. He carry biro and approve it on that spot. When President approve it, I did 2 copies. He give me 1 copy. He gave 1. The following morning, they take that presidential copy. They think it's only 1 copy to Malami.
Minister
of Justice called me. He said that we should bring company that President approve us as stamp duty agent. I tell him it's not the issue of phone. Let me meet you. It's not the issue of agent. We are. President created a presidential committee of reconciliation and the recoveries of all stamp duty, not to bring company as agent. He is the only paper. When I went to his house, I brought the second copy. I showed him. She was shocked and surprised. He said, okay, now I understand. It's a committee. I try to assist. I will help you and I will make sure you succeed.
Honorable Kudaji Kazara, let's appreciate it.
Yes.
They go to Gonda Kapati. Ko Kapati Capiaro soon.
Yes.
Kane Kabori ba Amaka window.
So when I lift, yes.
Let's appreciate him.
Yes. So
they can't do uru.
When I meet, we talk with him. He said he will assist us. Then the following night, I went and see the DGSS. The following day, Malami went to the DSS DG and said he's surprised he's not to, as a minister, stamp duty is under his office. He's supposed to be member of this committee. And why this committee like this? Did you tell him, even me as you see me, it's honorable that put my name.
So go and meet the president.
So you can meet the president. He went and see the president. President said he did the committee and he already give us right to continue. So we continue, started. But what give the committee confidence is DGBT.
TSS.
President called me personally the following night again and telling me that all this government, all the people in this government, my appointees, I trust only Buchi. This is what the president telling me. personally, me and him. I trust only DG Bichi.
DSS.
Go and meet him and work together with him and tell him that anybody from this house as a rock down to any ministry, any of my appointee, you find him in this mess, invite him, detain him, and investigate him.
Yahoo! Let's appreciate now.
President give us that power.
Shebi, I tell you, I say Buhari go surprise some people. When I they hear story.
President, when we come, good thing DG receive us. He went to the first floor of the DSS headquarters, close to his office, and give the committee office inside the DSS headquarters. First floor, not down floor, not the second floor. In the first floor, close to DG office.
Yes.
He give us a big office, bigger than this place, with the at least 2 or 3 places up where when we invite people, we can sit with them. He give us 3 at least halls under the committee. And he provide a security for us. Even now when you go outside, you will see them. Yes.
Yes.
He provides security for the chairman. He provides security for me. And he asks us to continue. He make a strong team. He give us AD, the whole AD legal, director legal of the headquarters. He said he'd go and work with this
Very
committee.
nice man. Very nice
Then
and honest.
he said he give us some forensic auditors among them to go and continue work.
One of these forensic auditors will be coming to investigate Brekete family taxi January. So continue.
Good. So unfortunately, when we started work, the civilian already, what we observe is there is 100 naira charges that CBN is charging Nigerians in every transaction above 5,000 naira. That 100 naira, they did a 60-40 ratio with the banks. Banks are turning the 60.
CBN 40.
CBN 40. That money is going into private account, not government account. And the stamp duty that bank are charging, they hide, they open some account that some of the stamp duty that banks are sending through NIPS are going into that account. From that account, the money is going to I&E window investors account on Forex. So the money become for the investors. It's no more for Nigerian people. This thing continue from the day they opened the account in April 2017 up to 2000. By 2000, the transaction in the account hit $171 billion.
Have I die?
No.
$171 billion.
As at which year?
As at 2000.
The year 2000.
2000.
$171 billion.
As at April 2000. On that I&E window account on Forex. From to April 2017 to April 2020. 3 years. The money hit, the transaction hit $171 billion. But what surprised us, the CVN opened another market called FMDQ.
FMDQ.
FMDQ. The FMDQ is Lagos State government invest in it. Federal government has a largest share, which CBN is controlling. But to be surprised, some of the money going there is the government money, but it's from the FMDQ. They are lending loan to federal government.
Oh, you collect my money, can't they borrow me again?
So we are borrowing government money.
So hold on, sir. Because of the importance of today's edition of the special program, we are taking permission from our regulators as well as the management of Human Rights Radio and Television Brekete family that we are going to overshoot our time. We will not keep quiet today until we get to the bottom of this matter. Let's appreciate Honorable Kudaji Kazauri.
So, what you will ask, we are collecting loan to federal government to run the government.
Yes.
Who is borrowing the money? Is it IMF or World Bank?
Oh. When was the last time IMF and World Bank borrowed Nigeria money?
It's not World Bank and IMF who borrow Nigeria money. And what is the source of that person that is borrowing Nigerian money? And where the money came from? How somebody is richer than Nigeria that he borrow Nigerian money working under government of Nigeria or doing business in Nigeria? It's a question mark of anybody that you can think.
That is Akweloje Chicken Nut.
Yes. So this School of Banking honors, and they were invited because, as I can see, day before yesterday, yesterday, the senior special assistant to the president, Garba Shehu, he did a press conference on this, my allegation. He said all what I am saying is baseless. Last week he said the committee, even the committee, is
not legitimate.
It's not legitimate and is not created by the president. Which is the following day I released the presidential approval online, where the president approved the committee. He didn't talk. But yesterday, he come and talk about School of Banking honors and about the issues happen. So, what I surprised, CBN Governor go doing MFLA on the monumental fraud that diverted over 89.1 trillion of stamp duty and bank charges revenue from federal government. Hold the chairman. Chairman is nearly falling because of the amount. He had the amount that like
Repeat.
89.1 trillion naira. Stamp duty and bank charges. From the federal government.
Who diverted this money?
Is the central bank governor.
By name?
Godwin Emepele. Because the CBN is under his watch. It's under his watch. CBN is under his watch. Because the School of Banking honors, said the abolition of 89 trillion of stamp duty revenue from the federal government and all the constitutional beneficiaries into a soundly private account in Central Bank of Nigeria from 2013 to date. The invoice on the revenue that was served on finance minister last year and the CBN governor is based on invitation from Nigerian Interbank System NIPS for full recovery of all stamp duty collected for federal government since 2013, 2014, I says yes. CBN public offer of 2.5 trillion annual stamp duties for federal government, while it is cashless policy still operated from just 6 pilot states with FCT in 2016. They said
only 6 pilots.
Only 6 pilot states in 2016, including Abuja, they offer 2.5 trillion annual stamp duty. This is what the CBN offered at that time.
More of the whole of Nigeria.
Before they move the cashless policies to all the states. Period to above. A banking monotechnic, which is School of Banking Honors, had researched that NIPS took over check clearing from CBN in 1993. That stamp duty paid embossed on all checks was not remitted since 1993 to 2012. Nothing is remitted to the federal government.
From
1993 up to 2012, nothing is remitted to the federal government. In each and every check, stamp duty charge on check. Nothing.
So where is the money going?
So, Mr. President has issued directives on 50 naira stamp duty approved by Central Bank by Rosley on 5 November 23 and 23 November and 3rd December 2012 final to be recovered into stamp duty central account for federal government and all the constitutional beneficiaries as traceable to the following circulars.
By CBN, the circulars by CBN.
Circulars by CBN. CBN circular of 27 March 2013. First diversion of the new revenue. CBN circular of 15 January 2016. Illegality to distort first audit trail. CBN circular of 21st February 2017. Second diversion to private account.
Hey!
How CBN circular of 27 March 2013 was used to divert the revenue. School of Banking Honors is a banking monotechnic that was registered by JAM as an innovation enterprise institution under a new federal education policy to skill, reskill, and upskill Nigerian youth on all aspects of banking operation techniques, in making them to be more employable locally and competitive globally. School of Banking Honors does not receive subvention or grant from federal government. It applied loans on research to make a difference on tertiary banking skills, whose retrenchment rebadging the banking sector. School of Banking Honors adopted a strategy to create part-time banking jobs for Nigerian youth from gaps in banking services. Hence, it began to research into embossed stamp duty paid symbol as on checks.
Thank you, Honorable. Because me could give Honorable water.
So
I want to help you do the reading. Then you do your analysis. Is it okay? Meanwhile, make I give him water.
Good.
Give me microphone. As I won't give him water for security reasons. First of all, hear the sound. It makes sound?
Yes.
It makes sound? Yes. Now for security reasons again, watch me. I drink them. Yes. I swallow them. Yes. Honorable Tom.
Thank you very much, Chairman.
This man must be protected at all cost. Yes. Even if it means we taking the bullet for him, we are ready to protect him. Yes. Good idea, yes? Yes? Let's appreciate.
Thank you.
So, When CBN refused to partner on School of Banking Honors Research for shadow banking to absorb our youth on part-time jobs in February 2012, SBH, when I say SBH,
School of Banking Honors,
that is, we want to continue as SBH. Let me see where I stop. SBH returned to CBN.
Invited NIPOST.
Okay. SBH invited NIPOST to represent the federal government thereon, and a master service agreement was signed in September 2012. SBH returned to Central Bank of Nigeria for approvals to engage banks and others for 50 naira stamp duties on manual teller deposit and electronic transfer receipts from 1,000 naira and above, and to sweep these into federal government of Nigeria's coffers, that's account. CBN obliged SBH by issuing its approval letters with that of 3rd December 2012 and stating that this was against its policy on financial inclusion, but that despite this, all revenue arising thereon must be swept into the federal government of Nigeria's coffers on monthly basis. For manual collections on checks, SBH invited 3 lead banks: First Bank of Nigeria, Stanbic IBTC, and Unity Bank, and they committed to their roles. SBH then called a press conference with NIPS for all bank customers on their obligations. Now, NIPS is, can you tell us the meaning of NIPS, sir?
NIPS.
Nigeria Interbank.
Yes.
Nigeria Interbank something.
NIPS is Nigerian interbank system.
Okay. For all bank customers on their obligation, SBH engaged NIPS on official sweeping as official sweeping agent to federal government on the new revenue. But its then CEO, Mr. Fola Shodun Adebisi Shonobi, now CBN Deputy Governor, complained via email dated 18th January 2013 that the CBN approval was not meant to increase cost of banking to customers, and payment of 50 naira stamp duty on 1,000 naira transfer is absurd. Hence, the threshold must be increased upwards. Quite unbelievably, NIPS induced CBN to issue a circular on 27th of March 2013 for an aggregated 100 naira, i.e. bank 70 naira, NIPS 30 naira, as additional charges on transfer from below their own 500,000 threshold down to 1,000 naira stamp duties, while the 50 naira stamp duties of government in 2012 was blocked. What then started as a breach of financial inclusion for banks / NIPS against federal government of Nigeria in 2013 has now snowballed into monumental fraud that is unknown in banking history. Undoubted, the SBH continued its due diligence and served a demand notice for 7.7 trillion naira on NIPS being stamp duties assessed for 2013/2014. NIPS accepted and invited SBH on the 5th of July 2015 for full recovery of all share of government collections. The latter then invited Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission to replace NIPOST that had gone on a judicial misadventure with Mr. Buruji Kashamu Kasmal, which herald its eventual nullification from any stamp duties collection by an appeal court. RMAFC, which is revenue mobilization, had no satisfactory answer for CBN plus NIBS, while its chairman alerted incoming President Muhammadu Buhari against Mr. Emefiele's buyout plan of Nigeria's oil joint venture shares at 14.9 trillion naira in funding his critical infrastructure needs. SBH then related 7.7 trillion naira demanded on NIBS to the 14.9 trillion buyout offer from Mr. Emefiele. A 1 to 2 ratio, and also similar to 50 naira stamp duties and 100 naira bank charges. So Mr. Emefiele had shown interest in laundering stamp duties to acquire federal government assets since 2015. Should I continue, sir?
Yes.
School of Banking Honors processed its copyright number LW-, the intellectual research works, and is now representing federal government on all technical aspects of stamp duties since 27 September 2012, and as duly registered on 15th October 2015 under laws of the Federation. How CBN circular of 15 January 2016 tried to distort first diversion. CBN issued a circular on the 15th January 2016 in exchange for an illegal waiver granted it by CASMA and NIPOST on all stamp duties due to NIBS, who is representing the federal government. Who is representing NIBS recovery in NIBS recovery invitation for 2013/2014 years. While two judgments presented by CASMA to CBN on the same matter revealed disparity on a purported contract, i.e. NIPOST and CASMA, with terminal dates of October 2018 and October 2015, while 5% commission was inflated to 15%, even as NIPOST wrote to CBN to deny formal contract thereon. Director of Public Prosecution, DPP of Justice Ministry, directed EFCC in March 2016 to investigate the purported agreement, and SPH was invited to submit memos, but the outcomes have been suppressed between Justice and EFCC till date.
Till date.
How CBN circular of 21st February 2017 diverted revenue from federal government of Nigeria. 1. Total foreign exchange of US dollar was $171 billion that accumulated into central banks' private investors' accounts within 3 years. Within 3 years to April 2022. This money was diverted from above. A. Mr. Emefiele directed all banks to share their processing fees with Central Bank of Nigeria in ratio of 40-60, but the fees were not credited into income statements of CBN, but to private investors' account on foreign exchange rate.
Trade. Trade.
Oh, foreign exchange trade. Sorry, not rates. Thank you for the correction. B. All forex traded by CBN with Bureau de Change operators are privately owned. Hence, the indifference of Mr. Emefiele to continue devaluation of Naira from about 250 Naira to $1 in 2015 to 700 Naira now. Number 2, total loans of over 23.4 trillion Naira from Central Bank to some banks as at December 2019 were mostly from the stamp duties revenue that was diverted, given that A, NIPS alerted SBH that 50 naira stamp duties on bank transfers from 1,000 naira and above would deliver revenue that is far above oil. And B, CBN share capital was just 5 billion naira, while its reserves were only 280 billion naira, all totaling 285 billion naira as of December 2019. 3. Total debt stock variously issued to federal governments of Nigeria via financial market dealers quotes, which is FMDQ, was stated at about 13 trillion naira. And this was far in excess of its balance sheet size. For instance, the following ratios as at December 2020 show arrears for due diligence. A, 13 trillion debt issued by FMDQ to government is 95.5%.
94.
Okay, 94.5% of total bonds, while non-governments are about 5.5%. This confirms federal government as the easiest source of laundering CBN slush funds as debt stock. B, however, FMDQ's own fund on the portfolio is just about 0.4%, hence the need to review the source of CBN funds recycled into federal government.
Debt.
Desperation of CBN to cover up stamp duties revenue. In line with Section 3, Subsection 2 of Stamp Duties Act, Finance Minister has not reported the copyright holders' invoice of 89.1 trillion naira to 36 states governors for over 1 year, while CBN governor refused to transfer the unremitted stamp duties from its private investors' account into stamp duties central account for the monitoring convenience of Mr. President as ordered. Private investors' account on foreign exchange was opened by CBN in April 2017 and then funded from CBN circular of April 2017. Even EFCC that SBH approached for support on the 31st of May 2021 has not disclosed its investigation outcome on the accounts publicly or forwarded a report on the balances to Mr. President for over a year, EFCC. Furthermore, stamp duties revenue accruing to federal government is still growing at an astronomical rate, and this is quite evident from the latest NIPS statistics that reported e-transactions at 117 trillion naira in just 4 months of 2022 alone. And by conservative estimates, this could reach over 400 trillion by year end. It must be noted that NIPS is just one of 15 other switches whose records have not been captured by copyright holder, and the CBN is jealously guarding the huge revenue that is above oil from government. By a careful extension of its deadly plan, the 5-year national development goals of 350 trillion submitted by the finance minister has sold Nigerian assets at 86% to private sector, while only 14% is retained for the federal government. a case of modern-day slavery that blocks genuine federal government revenue from the goals, but the credit illegally diverted funds by private sector to increase public suffering for 30 years up. Emergence of the Presidential Committee. Given the contributory negligence of the three tiers of federal government to the monumental revenue fraud from Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. President approved an all-inclusive presidential committee comprising of executive, judiciary, and legislature for a final solution to the revenue that is scattered in NIPOST, Federal Inland Revenue Service, Attorney General's Office, as well as EFCC's accounts into stamp duties central account. Given the discomfort of CBN governor to the chairman nominee, Mr. Adetola Adekoya, FCA, on his forensic approach to the revenue matter, the latter has fairly resigned, while CBN governor must also resign for fair review of CBN accounts that have been hidden from public for many years. In addition, the committee will revive all legislative errors as well as relevant judicial pronouncements that were illegally induced by the CBN governor for fair reporting via white paper to Nigerians. Stamp duties revenue accruing from the banking sector has become a new gold that is much larger than oil and must be carefully annexed to improve the living condition of all Nigerians, even as President Muhammadu Buhari's administration has vowed to hand over a better Nigeria as his lasting legacy. Honorable Muhammad Gudaji Kazaure for the Presidential Committee on Stamp Duties. Now you can do your analysis. We are listening. Nigerians and the whole world. Everybody is listening right now, sir.
Yes. I am very grateful for people that is hearing and the way you read it. If you can see what is going in the CBN.
Yes, sir.
This account that we are talking, there is almost 3 accounts like that in the CBN.
Eh? This trillion we are hearing.
This money that you are hearing.
And then this $171 billion.
Because they are moving the money into a private account, not government account.
Hold it there, sir. Consultant, give me the CBN, either the CBN governor's number or the public relations. Who has a CBN governor's number? I used to have MFLA. People, when they listen to the program all over the world, when I know see our connection no be here. In the next 5 minutes, I need Godwin MFLA's number. I want to call him live on air in order to be fair to him, in order for us to balance what we are talking about, so we can hear his own side of the story. Is that the governor's number? Whoa. No, this matter is too big for public affairs director to answer. He's a baby here when it comes to. We are talking about hundreds of billions of dollars. We are talking about trillions of naira. No. This is more than a public affairs director. No. When they talk, say...
Can I give you the number?
Yes, sir. When they talk, say... you can go right time. Okay. When they talk, say... person break leg, you can look for nurse. But when you hear say person break leg, break everywhere. Now doctor you they look for, and maybe consultant. So this one pass.
So, my chairman, I want to continue.
Continue, sir. 1, 2, 3.
When this committee started, we wrote a worksheet to all 27 banks that we wanted them to fill that sheet, the revenue, the charges, that 60-40 ratio, and the
MTN number you have dialed is currently switched off. Please try again later.
Sorry, I will try him again.
So,
no, sorry, just before you continue. We will call him 3 times because that is our tradition here.
The
second
number
time.
you have dialed is currently switched off. Please
maybe you
try
get
again
him
later.
through WhatsApp.
Thank you.
No, people should call him. People where they close to Godwin Emefiele, make una tell and say the ordinary president they call
The
him.
MTN number you have dialed is currently switched
And the
off.
number where I call, the number will be 070 4 00 00 some things complete them. Thank you. So continue, sir.
So, when we wrote the worksheet to 27 banks, we wanted them to fill that worksheet and tell us how they did the 40 naira they are charging above 100, above in that 140-60 ratio, and the bank stamp duty charges. They, fortunately, the 27 banks, instead of them to fill that worksheet and return to us, they send us the same reply, same patterns of written, same patterns of read. So CBN wrote reply to the banks and give them to copy and send to us, which all the 27 banks, they came with same reply, only different of letter headed and the name of the directors, the MDs, which really show Nigerian that all the banks fear the CBN governor, because the money returned to them is not remitted to the federation account, it's not remitted to the government, so the banks are benefiting, so they fear this man. So they cannot reply us. They quickly meet him and tell him this is what the presidential committee sent to us. He say wait. They give them same, they write reply for them and send to us. Same reply, same to all the 27 banks.
To talk, say that one, they're suspicious. They even, it be like saying on the statement. For me, I think when it come like that, it don't open door for investigating the banks. Because if that investigation no happen quick, it is possible, say, some things fit change, some record fit change, some information fit change. I don't know whether waiting at the talk makes sense.
Yes.
Because for 27 banks to return the same reply as if na template where una give them, it means either the 27 all had meeting or Central Bank of Nigeria gave them template to return. And as that don't happen, thank God say on a day with forensics auditors and even DSS they involved in the matter. Me, they think say it they important say investigation suppose don't start on waiting they happen on the back ends of the banks, because you may be surprised that within the 1 day, 2 day you give, even the account where you they talk say that money they
we
go.
Give them 10
it go
working,
become
10,
another
we give
account.
them 10 working days to fill the sheet and return to us. But in that 10 working days, instead of them to complete the worksheet we give them, or to reply us each bank and tell us the situation of his charges, the amount he charged, sent to NIPS, to federal government, to CVN, instead of doing that, they give us same reply with the short word, and even A didn't change.
From all the 27
all the
banks.
27 reply. The same patterns they sent to us, and we invited them again to the DSS office last week, the MDs. We invited the civilian governor. We even now, the CBN governor is on bail.
Oh.
It's on administrative bail.
As we speak now.
As we speak now.
Emefiele is on bail.
It's on administrative bail because we keep him for about 5 to 6 hours, because I wrote the letter to the DSS that they should detain him and investigate him, because he can never be this type of amount of money. We cannot investigate the CBN while
he is still outside.
He's still heading the place. Because the governors, the deputy governors are appearing him, the directors, all of the CBN, because he put everybody in his pocket. So we say we cannot investigate while he's still leading the place. And since there is accusation and we see a violation, because president say, if in the terms and reference of our committee, president say exercising the power of detention, investigation, detention, and investigation of any person violated the presidential order on this assignment. We find that in 2017, President Muhammadu Buhari sent a memo, directed the SDF to send a memo to CBN governor, which I will give you the copy.
Yes, sir.
To him that he should open stamp duty central account. Since that 2017 to date, Emefiele refused to open stamp duty central account.
After the president had instructed
him, they are scattering the money. Based on that violation, I directed the DGSS to detain him. When he sees 6 hours, he starts panicking, shaking. Am I under detention? Am I under detention? Am I detained? Am I detained? Am I under detention? He's asking. I have a problem. I have a problem. I am going to US for IMF brief, me and the Minister of Finance. I am going to brief for the national loan. I have my medicine at home. I am taking. My blood pressure is high. Based on that, the officers informing us. Then, as a good man, that is why I respect the deputy, the Director General of State Security Service, Yusuf Beach. I respected him. He said, okay, this man now, the way he is shaking, he can easily fall and die here. And the people will accuse us that we call him and kill him here. Because since he said his blood is going high, he can easily have a heart attack. So let's release him on administrative bail and go and do the national assignment for the IMF brief. Then all the documents and the information we need, then she can brought. And the 3 to 4 days, he should come and report it himself.
We don't even need IMF loan anymore. We don't need any money from IMF.
So the DG asked them to leave him to go on administrative bail.
Sir, I can't remember the year, but there was a year Nigerian government borrowed IMF money.
Yes.
Nigeria borrowed IMF money. So we don't need IMF.
We don't need. So since he went on administrative bail, he started going on the ground to prostrate the investigation.
Including?
Big people in this country, including some chiefs from South, North. They called DG to stop the investigation. They try as in one way or the other.
They even made an arrangement for him to follow the president for this travel. Yes, we know. There is one man from Kwara.
What I want Nigerians to understand fully.
One old man from Kwara.
Yeah, CBN created to change money purposely to divert the attention of Mr. President to divert, to frustrate this investigation.
When they shout,
Because if you can see what they did, they just spent the money. They printed it here in the minting and printing. They change they buy just ink and paper and change the color. But how much? Almost 3 trillion naira. They are looking the way that all this money they will to cover where they say they spend the money. But I want to tell Nigerian one since today.
Wait,
Mr. Chairman.
They are claiming that what they used to print this money is about 3 trillion naira.
It's 3 trillion naira they spend. Recover off. Because did they come out and tell us how much they spent? Did you ever know the budget of Central Bank? Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning. She told me that she don't know the budget of CBN.
She the minister.
She's the minister. But fortunately, the budget of the CBN is 2.4 trillion.
Annually.
2.4
trillion
That
naira.
is what they brought this year. Now we are about to pass the budget with the CBN budget of 2.4 trillion. And what I want Nigerian to know, nobody checkmates that money. Nobody supervise them. Nobody checkmate them. Nobody go and see their activities, because what he did, first when National 9 Assembly in March, Speaker Pemi emerged as a speaker. He quickly come and bring his own brother, the member representing his constituency, as the chairman of the banking and currency.
Emefele's brother,
yes,
representing his constituency.
His constituency
is now the chairman
from the same local government.
Hey.
His brother is now the chairman of Committee on Banking and Currency, which CBN is under the committee. He's the one supposed to go for oversight, to oversight the CBN. He put his brother.
That is Tuonamiana.
He put his brother as a chairman of that committee. So that is why that 2.4 trillion
was just approved.
Is up on. It is going without any check, no checking.
2.4 trillion.
He is spending that money. Nobody will ask him why.
Only Central Bank of Nigeria.
Only him. And what is he producing to Nigerian that the Nigerian are benefiting? 2.4 trillion. That is why the disappointed that Nigerian will understand. If I say he must be checked, you have to go oversight and check. The chairman of the committee will not allow the members to go for oversight because it is brother. And what I want to expose, the leadership of the National Assembly is in his pocket.
The leadership of National Assembly.
They are benefiting from the CBN governor. They are benefiting from the CBN governor. And recently, the good man, the chairman of the Committee on Appropriation, Mukhtar Aliyu Betara, he called the attention. He said, how can he appropriate 2.4 trillion
for Central Bank of Nigeria?
For Central Bank without knowing and asking this man some questions. He said he must come and answer questions. But the leadership stopped the chairman. The leadership of the National Assembly stopped the chairman.
And as they stop the chairman from
asking, from inviting the CBN governor. And that is how he put the budget now, 2.4 trillion. So, what is going in this country How? As a look at this type of lack of integrity. A Speaker House of Representatives. How can you give committee of banking and currency to the person, the same local government was the CBN governor? Almost his brother. His brother. How can your brother will expose you or checkmate you or stop?
It's not possible.
So that is why all what is going in the CBN, diversion, nobody to checkmate him. He is not answerable to the minister because the Bofire 2020 Act, he went and I surprised as a National Assembly member, we didn't know the time they passed this act.
Oh, you are not even aware?
We are not, members are not aware when they passed this Bofire 2020 because we can see some clauses where he even give himself immunity.
The central bank governor?
Prosecution in the Bofire 2020. And he give himself power that nobody will supervise him. He supervised himself. Constitutionally, the Minister of Finance is supposed to supervise him. He changed it in that act. He supervised himself.
And you, the members, are not even aware when they...
When we are not aware when they pass, because when they are trying to pass this type of bills to consider it, they normally came with it late evening when members went out. You can see only 20 people, 30 people remaining in the floor. They can, yes, they can pass it in 30 minutes. Close one, close two, carry, gagam, finish. That is the reality, what is going. So he went through that warfare, give himself power, even the types of the CBN that is supposed to call his attention.
Nobody
the
can.
Board.
The board.
He is the chairman of the board.
Oh, central bank governor is the chairman of the board.
He's the one who decides what the board will do. So in the history of Nigeria, there is no powerful person that has a power
like him
to spend money as he wants, like him. If you want chairman, in less than 1 hour you can be a billionaire today.
If you want to make
if he want to make you a billionaire in less than 1 hour, he will now call you and say, chairman, I give you allocation of $10 million in official rate, 400 plus.
And I will sell it 600.
No, you don't need. They will just tell the one bank. The bank will call you, chairman, we have 10 million, we will buy it as 670. So each dollar you have at least 280 naira or 270 naira.
Times 10 million.
So times 10 million. So what you will do now, what do you want? Do you want us to open the account with us to put you the money, or you need to put in your account? The difference. In less than 1 hour, you are in your bedroom. You don't even come son to touch you. You will receive alert. Did him. Did him. Because that one not did only. When you had there is did him.
Ordinary president. Sound they different for big money. Sound they for small money.
Did him.
Yes.
Now that is big money.
Big money.
Yes. When you had did him. That is billions of naira.
Now, instead of hembelembe sometimes, when I enter studio, say when I say
that is the sign of landing of big money. Did him.
Now, before you go continue, people waiting for Nigeria, the number to call now 090 99 88 7700. If you're there for inside Nigeria and you are concerned about what is happening in Nigeria and our condition, and you are hopeful that Nigeria will progress and you will want Nigeria to progress, the number to call if you're there for inside Nigeria now 090 99 88 7700. If you come there for outside Nigeria, we'll be abroad now +234 81 88 89 1011. Again, if you're there for outside Nigeria now +234 81 88 89 1011. Somebody for Facebook, I mean na YouTube.
Facebook.
He said, his name na Ogu Mvrendo. He said, ordinary president, please overlook your difference with Showore and also invite him to come and reveal things. Because if you are looking for courageous man, Showore can be left out. He has people leaking some information of this sort of info to him due to his courage. Any difference between me and Showore? Meeting concern me with Showore for difference. He misbehave, I correct him. That's all. Now waiting senior supposed do junior be that. He comes to do, he misbehave, I correct him. That's all. Showore is my brother. And timetable they here, Consultant Ike, read the timetable of the presidential aspirants where they come.
Even without them knowing, tomorrow will be Friday. Showore go day here.
So
for Brekete Family Human Rights
people
Radio
will just
and
for
television.
Social media, just they type waiting they no. Now person will no now we read this one and go talk say ordinary president get issue with Showore. Please, Ogbun Vrendo, respect yourself and write what you know. No, they type nonsense. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, continue, sir.
What happened now? I want to expose.
Huh?
When the CBN.
Sorry. Hold on.
Never expose.
Make people BP right. Just hold on first. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ordinary president.
Waiting be your name. Where you from? Waiting be your contributor.
My name is Countr Wolabi. I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. Yes.
Yes, sir. You see, I think what the honorable in the studio is just saying about Nigeria is just a tips of the iceberg.
Oh, just a piece of the iceberg.
No, just this the minutest part of what is going on with Nigeria when it comes to corruption, monumental corruption, and bastardization of our economy. You see, you brought a lady was in that studio that came from Federal College of Education,
Obudu.
That just, I've been following the story of our story until she came again this morning.
That I gave 500,000.
Hello? That this thing cannot be resolved. You have to, can you imagine if just that alone, the lady went from ICPC to EFCC to the presidency to what all those networks that even to you, Berekete family, and yet this issue was covered. And do you know the fraud that was being perpetrated in those federal universities, Federal College of Education, every federal institutions of this country, those type of fraud is being perpetrated. Any federal union you can talk of. Now, look at the CBN, the one the Honorable is revealing today. You see, some people will say, oh, no, they will turn it to a tribal thing now before you know it.
Made them try.
They will turn it to ethnic thing now. Yeah, they will turn it to ethnic thing. But you see, they are destroyed. It's long ago that I've learned that they are using even some people, they get their dollar in less than 400 that is official rate. Ask the Honorable can give you
He
the information too.
He even gave an example now that the central bank governor can make me a billionaire without coming
Yes.
under the sun.
Yes, that's what they do. The money that they're supposed to use for real businessmen that want to transfer business in this country, they will give it to their accolades, to their subordinate, or to somebody that is working for them, and they will just take it at the, that's what they do. And people that really need money for business to import or do whatever they need to do to give us a good economy, they will not have access to those dollars. So there is a real see, unless we have somebody who is ready to deal with these day runs, there is no way. And when you go to custom too, and that's why I said, this one is just small. Go to custom. The amount of money custom supposed to generate for the country, if it is correct, we cannot even have any reason to borrow money from any country. If we even go to this electricity, look at the sales of all this privatization that they are doing. Let them do it, but who's going to do it? Because everybody in government are involved. This is the problem we have. And nobody is doing anything. Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, sir. You say your name now.
Tope Olabi, I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Thank you very much.
And the sad part of it is that, the sad part of it is that those who are ready to work for that country, they are being driven away by way of Japa, by way of people leaving the country. The best brain, the best people that are supposed to help in solving the problem of that country are out of the country as I'm talking to you now. What do you do? When the best doctor, the best lawyer, the best engineer, the best computer scientist, the best entrepreneur has left the country. Who's going to help us?
Thank you. God will help us.
Thank you.
And Gudaji Kazaure is here. God is using him. Hello, good morning. From Atlanta, Georgia. And then who is this? Hello? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Nahumi Anam Devano. Where are you Devano from?
Yeah, my name is James. I'm calling from the UK.
Okay, from US now to UK. Which part of UK, sir?
I'm calling from Gloucester.
Okay, contributed.
Yeah, I'm watching this on YouTube now, and like I always say, the only thing Nigeria needs is check and balance. In every aspect, any sphere of the government, if there's check and balance, all of these things will leak. It will become an everyday leakage. And then we can check these things. And people, the judicial system also needs to also sit up.
Did you say what we need is skirt and blouse?
Yes, check and balance.
I thought you said skirt and blouse. Oh, check and balance.
No. Check and balance.
Oh, okay. Check and balance.
Jonathan set up so many committees. If there is a committee to always check, these kind of things will not go under the carpet. And this is where the judicial system should also come into play. And there should be a repercussion for every action like this. This is why MSOD could have enough money to go and run for the presidency, still sitting as a sitting governor. How can you? How? The effrontery was too much, the pride was too much, and his ego will bring him down.
Thank you.
This is a good one. This is a major exposure. This is very good.
What do you have to say? What do you have to say to Honorable Gudaji Kazaure?
The thing is, in time past, I've seen him as a very funny man. This is the first time, to be very sincere, I'm seeing clarity in his jokes.
Initially, you thought he was a funny man. Now you know he is a serious man.
When I say he's going like this, I just said, what kind of funny position is it? But, today it's an eye-opener.
Alhamdulillah.
There's something in his head.
Yeah, thank you very much.
There's something in his head. He's a very brilliant man.
Oh, brilliant. Let's appreciate.
So, Mr. Chairman.
We take two more calls, then you expose.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. This is Human Rights Radio and Television Brekete Family.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is CJ. I'm calling you from South Africa, the Pretoria, capital of South Africa.
And you say your name is?
CJ.
Okay, CJ from South Africa. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's something I want to contribute because what the last caller said about customs. You know, custom. There's no container that leaves custom ports that is paying less than 5 million, and there is no car, whether it's a Sienna or whatever, that is paying less than 1.3 million custom. You know, but when you see the Nigerians keep borrowing, to our senator there, I just want to greet you, sir. We watch your social media. We have seen your contribution and everything. We love you, sir. Don't be scared of anybody. History will remember you for all the fight you are putting up in order to make Nigeria a good place. So, my president, I just want to thank you for what you are doing. But what we saw on the internet, we thought you are going to be shut down by now when BBC started their things and all that. But we just thank God that you are here in order to bring the truth to Nigeria. For me, I would advise Nigerians to vote Major Hamza. He knows the terrain, he knows them, they know him. They can never take advantage of us.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yes.
So, Chairman,
Sir, do you have a personal lawyer?
Yeah.
Can I give you an additional lawyer?
Yeah,
I want to volunteer a lawyer.
Yeah,
for you.
I need it.
I want to give you 2 lawyers.
Good.
One of them is Professor Agbo Jerry Madaki.
Good.
Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Let's appreciate him.
Thank you very much.
The reason why I'm giving you Professor Agbo Jerry Madaki is because he knows what he's doing.
Good.
And if you check the record of his practice, over 90% of Professor Jerry Agbo Madaki's cases are for the less privileged.
Yeah.
He uses his money to even appeal cases on behalf of, in fact, he does pro bono cases most of the times. Yes. So I want him, and
we'll go together since he's less privileged people. He's my man.
Thank you. And then another lawyer I'm going to give you is Professor Okutekpa San, Barrister Okutekpa San. Good. I'm giving you these 2 lawyers. With these 2 lawyers, you can close your eyes.
Thank you very much, my brother. So Mr. Chairman, unfortunately, when we send a letter with the committee letter headed to the deputy governor
of the Central Bank of Nigeria
and the deputy governors and the governor and the deputies, we send them a letter with the letter headed of this, as you see it, of this committee. We give them 7 days
to respond,
to come in our office in the DSS headquarters. These guys, they went and have a meeting because Malami wrote, go and meet the president, that the president should dissolve this committee because this committee is against the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. As a honorable member, a legislature, I cannot work under the Committee of Executive. And the chairman of the committee is an agent to the federal government on stamp duty. He's not supposed to be the chairman of this committee. Then the CJN, he thought the CJN is a member of the committee. He didn't know that the CJN is a judicial advisor to the committee.
Oh, not a member.
He thinks he's a member. Then he tells the president that the CJN is the number 5 citizen. He is heading arm of government. And he cannot be under me in the committee. So based on that, he wanted the president to dissolve this committee. But unfortunately, Mr. Chairman, I just received a letter from the SGF office.
Secretary to the government of the
Secretary
Federation.
to the government of the Federation. They sent me a letter.
Saying what?
Presidential consent to rescind the approval
to rescind
the approval to constitute a committee to reconcile and recover all stamp duties revenue from banks and other financial institutions into a single stamp duties central account.
Can I please have this letter?
So read this letter, Chairman, for me. Then I will tell you next before I can show you the central bank governor letter?
The presidency, office of the secretary to the government of the federation, PMB 9 Garki, SGF 45, Roman figure 12/208, Honorable Muhammad Gudaji Kazauri, House of Representatives, Abuja. Presidential consent to rescind the approval to constitute a committee to reconcile and recover all stamp duties revenue from banks and other financial institutions into a single stamp duty central account. I am directed to convey Mr. President's directive on the above subject as follows. 1. Setting aside his earlier approval for the constitution of the Presidential Committee to reconcile and recover all stamp duties revenue from banks and other financial institutions into a single stamp duties central account. From 2013 to date, for Mr. President's monitoring for Mr. President's monitoring and control under Copyright Act granted 1st September 2022, and 2, directing the suspension of the said committee's activities. Roman figure 2. Then 2, please accept as usual the assurances of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, esteemed regards, Dr. Habiba M. Lawal, Special Advisor to Mr. President on Policy and Coordination Office of the Secretary to the Coordination Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation.
Chairman, how advisor to the president can sign paper in SDF office? That is my question.
Wait, sir. Copy, Chief Justice of Nigeria Supreme Court, 3 Amzone. 2, Honorable Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning. 3, the Director General DSS. 4, the Executive Chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Kelechi,
did you
snap them for me?
Did you see copy to CVM governor? Is there any copy to CVM governor?
No.
But on that day, CVM governor sent me this letter.
That same day?
Same day.
Quickly.
CVM governor quickly sent me this.
Stand here and snap.
CVM
collect the central bank's governor.
CVM governor personally sign and send this to me.
That same day.
He used this letter. He used the SGF letter and sent me so that he will not attend the invitation. They are trying to stop him. He paid for it because why I deny it is Habiba is a permanent secretary in the SGF office. He retired since last year.
Retired.
Since he retired, his president appointed her as special advisor. So she has no right to sign anything in SGF office. And SGF is very clever because it's a pack. He refused to sign by himself. So they want
let me read the central bank governor's number.
Yes.
The date is 2020. No, if you snap that and make I check the date. What date is written on that letter? Have you done the scan? Hi, Kelechi.
Yeah, it's 20th September 2022.
Okay. And then we have the secretary to the committee, Presidential Committee on Reconciliation and Recoveries of All Stamp Duties, Abuja. Attention, Honorable Gudaji Kazauri. Re-invitation for a meeting on stamp duties revenue accruing from banking sector. We write to acknowledge the receipt of your letter dated 26th September 2022, inviting the governor and the deputy governors of Central Bank of Nigeria, as well as managing directors, CEOs of deposit money banks to a meeting on the above subject. However, we regret to inform you that we are constrained to honor this invitation as a result of a letter, Ref. SGF 45, Roman figure 12/208, dated September 20th, 2022, September 20, 2022, from the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, conveying Mr. President's directives suspending the activities of the Committee to reconcile and recover all stamp duties revenue from banks and other financial institutions into a single stamp duties central account. Day 2013 to date. Please accept the assurances of my esteemed regards. Godwin I. Emefele, CON, Governor, Central Bank of Nigeria. Snap it too.
So,
Send it to
Chairman,
Babangida
what you will see, how did he receive the letter? They didn't copy it to him.
Intelligence.
Yes, sir.
They didn't.
He is quoting the reference of the letter and conveys the letter.
And he was not
copied from the SGF office.
Nigerians will check this.
How did he receive? How did he receive the letter
that he is making reference
that
to?
he made reference to and replied it to me, while the SGF didn't copy it to him. The letter is not copied to him. How is it? Means
Nigerians, are you understanding what is happening?
Yes, sir.
it means he is the one arranged the letter so that he don't want to come before the committee. So I quickly wrote a reply to the SGF.
Oh yeah.
Informing the SGF that they are too small.
You can send it to them now.
Informing the SGF that they are too small to suspend my committee.
Please go and get me this letter.
Because I was appointed by Mr. President,
the Commander-in-Chief.
And when he appointed me, he didn't assign me to work under any SGF or ministry. He approved our committee between only me and him. And he told me he didn't trust all of them. He trusts only the DGDSS. I should go and work only with the DGDSS. And if anybody send you any letter, don't listen to it. If I am not the one calling, if there is something, I will tell DG to tell you, or I will call you.
Thank you.
And try to come and brief me in every week about this assignment.
Thank you.
He asked me, who do you want me to attach you with him so that anytime you will come, he will bring you in time, in weekly basis. I told him the chief protocol, Lawal Kazore, is my elder brother, and he's the one normally bringing me this place. So if I change to another, he will not be happy. He said, okay, call protocol for me. President says they should call protocol for him to tell him before me. They went, protocol has left. They say protocol went, he went his house. He said, okay, I will tell him tomorrow. I even repeated to Mr. President, don't forget. President even said, I will never forget. I repeated to him 3 times, don't forget, because they can easily block me
from
to come and seeing you. He said, no, I will tell them. And I am sure President tell them. But when I wrote the presidential 30 days report, which is here, progressive report, 30 days progressive report to Mr. President, Kazore blocked me. He said,
your own senior brother.
He said, I should not see the president. He said, I will not see the president. I told him, look at the type of big assignment that will save this nation, save the integrity of the president. The president, we will settle all our international and local debt. Then we will implement our budget without borrowing, and we will still have money to add our foreign reserve or to leave money to the next government to come.
How?
I sent him a text message that if he didn't allow me to see the president in the next 2 weeks, I am going for press conference.
That is the reason why you are talking now. Hold the line. Hold the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Madam President.
Yes, Nahumi and I'm Devano. Waiting be your contributor. Where are you Devano from?
My name is Bashir. I'm calling from UK Brighton.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. Quickly, 1 minute.
I just want to say, there's a saying from one of the songs of Alhaji Bamman Shata, Chiba Shizamagwani, which translates to a coward cannot become a hero. So this is what Honorable is doing for us, for the country. He's being courageous, stepping up and becoming a hero. And we ought to appreciate him. And one more thing I want to say, it is flaw or a mistake to appoint a CBN governor who was an MD of a commercial bank.
Zenith Bank.
Because he's already from the clan or from the cabal of banking sector. So all he will do is protect the interests of the banks, and the banks will protect his own interests. If you understand what I mean.
Yeah, well, very well.
So in the future, I think since Honorable is here, maybe they should put an act in the Constitution that the CBN governor cannot come from commercial private bank to CBN.
Thank you.
Because of this kind of conflict of interest that is going to happen.
Thank you very much.
So this is my contribution, sir. Thank you so much.
May God Almighty continue to bless and reward you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You are from which country? Oh, no.
So, Mr. Chairman, this is the reply I wrote to the
Okay,
Habiba.
let me read it. Presidential Committee on Reconciliation and Recoveries of All Stamp Duties. P0C/R/SA/001, September 28, 2022. Dr. Habiba Muda Lawal, Special Advisor to the President on Policy Coordination. Dear Sir, committee suspension violated the presidential directives and power given to the committee directly by Mr. President. This committee received your letter on the 26th of September 2022, which you said Mr. President directed you to suspend this committee, which totally violated Mr. President's order and directives given to the committee. Mr. President approved this committee directly by himself, not through SGF or federal government, ministry or any agency or MDAs, and directed the committee to work only with the Office of the Directorate of the State Security Services to investigate and access all records of CBN, NIPS, banks, and all other financial institutions, as well as the federal government's ministries, departments, and agencies that have been involved on any criminal diversion of stamp duties revenue. Mr. President directed the committee to open the stamp duties central account to centralize all stamp duties account and collections. Federal government approved stamp duties recovery agents/consultants reported approved the stamp duties recovery/agents consultants reported the diversion of stamp duties of in the sum of over 89.1 trillion naira from 2014 to 2020 and to date. Mr. President empowered this committee and the State Security Services to arrest any person or group of persons that tried to stop this committee's investigation on stamp duties recoveries, no matter what office he occupied or his position in this government. Mr. President directed that this committee and the State Security Services to report directly to him, and he directed us not to listen to any other or directives or suspension from any of his appointees. Kelechi, you go snap. You go snap. Mr. President ordered that if there is anything, he will call us directly by himself. The committee and the State Security Services will continue this important national assignment to recover all stamp duties to save the country's economy and Mr. President's integrity and honesty. This committee advised the Office of the SGF SA, Dr. M. Lowell, ministries, departments, CBN, NIPS, banks, financial institutions, departments, and all agencies of government to respect the presidential order and directives on this assignment. The committee is reminded those that received committee letters to reply, is reminding those that received the committee's letter to reply on time, and those invited are to be at the State Security Service headquarters same date of the invitation and on time to avoid any embarrassment, arrest, or prosecution. Finally, Mr. President has given the waiver to those that amicably returned the government money silently. Find attached the presidential approval. Honorable Muhammad Gudaji Kazaure, Secretary to the committee. Make we appreciate. Now, CCSA Habiba M. Lawal, CCA Office of the SGF, Chief Justice of the Federation, CBN Governor, the Ministry of Justice, Minister of Finance, RG Corporate Affairs Commission, that's Registrar General Corporate Affairs Commission, EFCC, Accountant General, Auditor General, Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, NFIU, all banks, NIPS, Federal Inland Revenue Service, and NIPOST finally. Kelechi, do them quickly.
So this is the reply I wrote to her, because on that very day they sent me this letter, one governor who is serious on this assignment quickly run to see the president on that very night. He tells the president, how can you give honorable this sort of assignment and suspending this committee?
And suspend it, yeah.
President said, who suspend the committee? I didn't suspend this committee, I'm not aware. He called me on phone and give me president. President said, what happened with your assignments? He says they suspend. I said, I received a letter from one Habiba in SDF office, says he suspended. President said, okay, can't you invite her to the DSS and investigate who give her directives to say that is a presidential directive? You can invite her and question her. I say, okay, sir, Your Excellency, call DG and inform him. That very night, President called DGSS and tell him that the assignment I give you, even yesterday you are here. Did I tell you to stop? He said no. So go and continue your assignment. Don't listen to anybody. These people, they are trying.
Let's appreciate President Muhammadu Buhari. Enemies of progress no go clap now. The president is doing well now. Some people are not happy that he is going to clean himself up. Let's appreciate the president and commander-in-chief, Mbaki.
Yes, president say they want to prostrate you. They don't want you to continue because they know at the end they are going to jail.
Yes.
So go and continue. He tell DG, detain anybody you see involved in this mess.
Yeah, well,
go and continue your work. Right now, I am telling you that the committee work is in progress.
There is space in Suleja
Even
prison.
last week, this week, we invited some directors of the bank. They come, so the investigation is ongoing.
Thank you. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Naomi Anamdevanoso.
Yeah, you are speaking to Rabiu Shaway from China.
Rabiu Shaway from China.
Yes.
Shuhai.
Yeah, I just call on to appreciate our honorable for his excellent job.
Yes. Thank you, Shaway.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, he's responding to you, Shaway.
Yeah. So I just want to pass my appreciation to him, and secondly to the family. So the actual reason why I called is if this situation is really happening, and the government are seriously keeping quiet, this is telling us that these things are happening and the government cannot do anything. Because I just had a news that some of the government officials were denying this allegation raised by Honorable Gudaji Kazaure, but now he's trying to prove himself in the eyes of everyone so that people will know that, yes, these things were happening. So my advice to the government, if they are really serious about the situation happening in Nigeria, they should look into this matter, find out what is the truth about this matter so that they can try to settle this matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Make one appreciate them.
So, Mr. Chairman, yesterday.
Make we gather small.
Okay.
We have time. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. And for those of you where they use my content without permission, be very careful. I'm warning all of you now. Where there is one CC Cubana, KC Cubana, and the rest, God go punish all of them now one by one. Stop using my content, my intellectual property without my consent. I will come after you one by one. One by one. And then the people here that are supposed to stamp it, we had a discussion yesterday. They were supposed to do it. All of them stood there. Kai Kiaeni. Hello, good morning.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Waiting me on the way they are not from.
Sir, I know that I'm not supposed to call this name.
I have ended the call. Hello, good morning. You know you are not supposed to call and you call.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Waiting be your name.
May the Lord continue to bless you. I am Usman from Russia. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Usman.
Honorable, thank you very much for helping Nigeria in this direction. A lot of people are not taking your statement on the floor of the house or something serious. Many thought it's a joke. But thank God, alhamdulillah, you are able to be in front of the global board for to present these cases to Nigerians. It's come to the reality that there are homogeneous corruption going on in Nigeria. And Mr. President, according to you, he has a very good heart. But the people around him, they don't want his progress. Ordinary President, please tell the Honorable Kazauri, they can come by any angle to attack that person. That person has a very good heart. I am so much proud of you, Honorable. My name is Usman Sokoto from Russia.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my ordinary president.
Waiting be your name. Where do you know from?
My name is Roy. I know from Apo.
From where?
Apo.
What? Won't you respect yourself? Are you supposed to call this line? Hello, good morning. Yes, Honorable, over to you.
So,
hello.
The next issue is reply for Garba Shehu that yesterday he said this committee is not set out by the president. I will give Mr. Chairman the copy of the presidential approval of this committee. Which this copy is not to snap it, is for you.
Okay.
With the presidential approval.
Okay,
so that you can see Garba Shehu is lied to Nigerian that this committee is not approved by the president because you can see the presidential approval
yes, sir.
on it when president approved this committee. He says the president created interministerial committee under the Minister of Justice office to reconcile and recover stamp duty. This committee, interministerial committee, is created 1 or 2 years ago.
And no result.
And the president is aware of that interministerial committee.
Before creating this committee.
He created this one on the 1st of September 2022, which is 3 months back. September 1st. So where Garba Shehu is saying that there is interministerial, did he tell that the world that Mr. President is not aware of the interministerial committee when he approved this committee for us? Mr. President said he didn't trust them.
Thank you.
All of them.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Honorary President.
Now, who me and I'm Devano? Where you Devano from?
You Devano with Obu Vrendo. Good evening, sir. From this side, calling from Malaysia.
Well done.
I greet you, sir, Ordinary President, for the good job you are doing.
The answer I'm half for that thing where you type for social media. No, they type what you know.
Very sorry, sir. Very sorry, sir. You still be my big brother.
So how you doing, my brother?
I'm very fine, sir. I want to I greet the honorable Kazaure for this expose when he can't do for this for us for Nigeria. So this kind man will be like say you really need to deal with. And thank God say he come today. Without all this kind of expose, I know now I can't believe say sometimes when you hear things, you know they feel sleep. Okay. True, I believe say this night I not go feel sleep. And I believe say many Nigerians not go feel sleep. Ordinary President, God bless you. Honorable Kazore, God bless you. May God continue to protect and guide you, sir.
Amen.
Thank you very much for doing this for Nigerians.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Make we come back to Nigeria. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir. This is my first time of calling.
Okay, waiting be your name. Where are you from?
My name is Ijoma.
Okay.
I'm calling from Dubai. I come to appreciate the good work you're doing to Nigeria. So
thank you, ma.
I come to appreciate you. May the God Almighty bless you.
Amen.
Give you good health, long life. More to do more.
Amen. I won't make you pray. I won't make you pray for Honorable Godaji Kazere because this risk, not be small risk.
I pray whatsoever is his heart desire, may the good Lord bless him.
Amen.
And grant his heart desire done.
And protection too. God's protection, number one.
Okay. May the good Lord protect him.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Honorable President.
Yeah, waiting be your name. Where you Devano from? Quickly. Waiting be your name. Where you Devano from?
Good morning, Honorable President, sir.
I they hear you.
No, I can't hear you, sir.
I can hear you. Put the phone.
Good morning, Honorable President.
You don't need to monitor from the TV. You are watching the program, please.
Oh God.
What is your name? What is your name? If we pick like this, make una off the TV, make una. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name.
My name is Adnazi Samboshe from Gogolada.
And you not go respect yourself, call the line where you supposed to call. End the call and respect yourself, my friend. We want make Nigeria better. Simple instruction we not go follow. I don't form committee on phone calls now.
So, Mr. Chairman, can I continue?
I form committee on phone calls now. Anybody will not do anyhow. Will do anyhow.
Chairman, I want to conclude on Garba Shehu.
Okay.
Because what the Garba Shehu said, there is committee investigating this stamp duty since last year. We wrote a letter. Has several directives to boss Mustafa, the SGF, to forward a full report on what interministerial committee on stamp duty recover achieved since it is inaugurated in 2020. The committee Garba Shehu is talking is inaugurated in 2020. So we asked the committee, we wrote a letter to the SGF, we wrote a letter to the Minister of Justice, Attorney General Office. We need the report of that interministerial committee. Because how can committee keep silent 2 years? This government is nearly end. Thirdly, we send a letter again, while we send a letter to EFCC that we ask EFCC, we need to tell us the report, because the consultant takes the documents about these three accounts: FMDQ account that are lending loans to some banks, account that are for I&E window. The EFCC went and investigate. They keep silent. Then the committee sent the letter to the chairman of the EFCC that we need that report to the committee. So it means we send 3 letters. One to SGF about the interministerial committee. Second to Minister of Justice. Third to EFCC. They keep silent. They didn't reply to us, rather than...
Since when?
since before they send the letter of this suspension.
Is it up to 1 week?
We send them from the beginning of since September. We send them the letter since September.
No reply.
To bring us that report, they didn't reply. Instead of that, they go and send me the suspension of the committee activities. But instead of them to send us the report, they are trying to stop us from investigating. So up to now, SDF didn't send. So I am reply to Garba Shehu, and I want the Human Rights Radio to tell the Garba Shehu that this committee is created by the president in 2022, 1st September. The interministerial committee created by the president in 2020. And the president said he didn't trust all of them. He trusts only DGSS. And he said I should go and work with only DGSS. So it means he didn't even believe in that interministerial committee that they say they are working. So what is now I never understand. Is that Garba become a spokesperson to CBN? Or is he the one among the people enjoying the agaric loan?
No, but by his by position, he can speak on behalf of the president.
No, he can speak on behalf of the president, not on behalf of the CBN. He is telling the world that CBN, they don't have that money. How did he know?
But you see, Garba Shehu is an elder brother, and
me too is my elder brother.
Okay, I hope you know his title. What is he to the president?
He is a senior special assistant on media.
Thank you. So, and then Femi Adesina
So if he is a special advisor on media to the president, how can he come out and say that president didn't create this committee, while right now I give you the approval of the president of the committee with the signature of the president? So he is doing this without the knowledge of the president. Okay. I am sure. I am sure. Because when the president approved this committee, he didn't call Garba Shehu and give him the copy to go and talk to media. He approved this committee silently.
So it means the president is trying to take these corrupt people by surprise.
By surprise.
Okay, now I understand. Oh,
that is why when the committee created, nobody's know. Only the copy, that copy with you is the only copy they see when president kept. That is how they know. But president didn't direct them to tell the media or to announce it. So this committee is not announced, but we are working underground.
Now,
so this is the lastly there is report. That is what they block me to take to the president.
Okay, tell us
the 30 days report. 30 days report of the committee.
Go ahead. But before you finish the committee report, una where they watch and listen, make una no forget say this thing no go just dey easy like that. They will fight us. They will fight the radio and TV station. They can even use our regulators against us. So be prepared. If they shut down the radio station, we'll tell you another means we can communicate and be.
I assure you, President will not allow anybody to shut this radio because of this matter. Because President is in support of this. President is not with those people. President is with Honorable Gudaji 100%. That is why they block me to see him.
Thank you.
Because if I see the President by now, some ministers and some others are not in their office. They have already retired.
Okay.
I will retire them.
Okay, sir.
Because I will tell the president to sack them. That is why they block me.
Okay, Honorable Gudaji Kazauri, you have been saying the president is honest, the president wants to do something good for Nigerians. And this program is live on air. I am aware that Yusuf, the son of the President Muhammadu Buhari, does not miss this program every day.
Yes.
I am told that some other people close to the president don't miss this program.
Yes.
In DSS, there are people that monitor this program from the beginning to the end.
Yes.
At the NBC, Nigerian Broadcasting, National Broadcasting Commission,
yes,
they have people that are monitoring and transcribing. When I say they write when I say where, they write where.
Yes.
Even when you say dim, you be okay. They don't write them down.
Yes.
Now, if President Muhammadu Buhari is truly honest with this, he is supposed to send a vehicle on standby in front of this radio station to take you straight to him if he's an honest man.
He's in America now. That is why.
Okay. But
I'm sure when he come back, he will see me.
Okay, thank you. So continue. Tell us the report.
When the first 30 days, because this committee is pleased to submit its first progress report after State House Council inaugurated of its members and swearing oath of secrecy, along with special consultant in the premises of Department of State Security Service on the 21st September 2022. This committee has severally directed the finance minister to open stamp duty central account that you approve for the full accounting of 89.1 trillion. 89.1 trillion naira recovery invoice that the federal government agent School of Banking honors raised on to enable your administration to repay the nation debt, revalue the naira, and structure the non-oil revenue, among others, as your lasting legacy to Nigeria. However, the account has not to be opened yet. This committee has passed a deadline letter from federal government agent to AFCC, who held its investigation report over 1 year. For the committee and the DSS to combine with their own independent report, especially on the following 3 CBN funds, whose intent and the purposes are unknown to your excellency, and where accrued stamp duties revenue of federal government is withheld from your administration use. Found in CBN private investors account.
Sir, can I?
171 billion US dollars.
Please let me help him with that.
I nearly finished.
Okay, sir.
Found in CBN private investors account, United States dollar 171 billion.
Wait, so $171 billion.
Found in CBN private investors account.
This money was found
in the transaction in this account.
Hey,
transaction
continue.
in this that is private investors account, $171 billion. Pound recycle as loan to some bank, 23.4 trillion
naira.
Pound recycle as FMDQ debt to federal government, 13.0 trillion naira. The committee has severally directed SGF Boss Mustafa to put a full report of what an interministerial committee on stamp duty recovery achieved since he inaugurated it in 2020 for reconciliation to 2018 federal government agent report that were submitted for your excellency through SGF, but he has refused to comply. This committee is now arranging to meet all banks to be hosted by DSS for completion of worksheet on the volume of their cashless transfer from April 2013 to August 2022. When CBN breached its policy for banks and NIPS on 100 naira charges, while with withholding 50 naira stamp duty that was earlier approved for federal government in December 2012. In avoiding delay, the committee pray that we summon CBN governor to proceed on suspension immediately, while DSS will lead the full investigation into the 3 CBN bank accounts. EFCC chairman to submit its own report on 3 CBN account above as reported by federal government agent to DSS immediately. Finance minister to open stamp duty central account that you approve for all recovery balances in many accounts. SDF to submit 2018 federal government agent report on stamp duties and his 2020 interministerial report to DSS immediately. Above is respectively submitted, sir. Honorable Gudaji Kadore, Secretary to the committee. This is the report, 30 days report to Mr. President.
Can we have that report, sir?
You can snap it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Kelechi?
Yes, sir.
Chief Snapper. Okay, let's take this call before. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir. My honorary president.
Waiting be your name. Where you Devano from?
Yeah, my name is Christina Atari, sir. Calling from the Netherlands.
Okay, how Netherlands today?
Netherlands is very fine, sir. Now, code 91 and any hammer also here, but we'll go soon away with them.
Would you we get Hamatan here?
I know, I can imagine.
You did hear Honorable Gudaji.
My ordinary, my head is swell. My head big. I thought I have seen it all until I hear this morning on there. It will like say we never ever start. It will like say we never start. My honorable sir, I say thank you, sir.
They agree to
my you. My leader on the ground, in gratitude, in appreciation to you, sir.
Thank you, my sister.
For coming out to come and speak, for exposing these people. Thank you very much, sir, for your braveness.
Thank you,
sir. God will protect you.
Inshallah.
They will not harm you. They will not see you. They will not see your family. You will skate through. God will protect you and will give you the strength to fight for us more and more. My ordinary, I can't thank you enough for this opportunity. I can't thank you enough. True, you'll be man of the people. President of the ordinary people. I thank you, sir. I thank all of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. From Holland. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Nahumi Anam Devano for radio and TV telephone, sir.
Ridwan Adeyemi is my name.
Sir?
Ridwan Adeyemi is my name.
Oh, Professor Ridwan Adeyemi?
Yes, sir. Ridwan Adeyemi, sir.
Yes, okay.
Well, I just want to commend you for a good work. And pray to Almighty God to come to strengthen you.
Amen.
And particularly for Honorable Kazori, the God Almighty come to protect him.
Amen.
And strengthen him the more.
Amen.
My comment is just to appeal to all Nigerians that we have to stand by this project. Project, free Nigeria from death. Because if we are able to free Nigeria from death, then we can be assured of more relief. This is a project all Nigerians must support. That Mr. President, before he goes, he delivers us from these unwarranted debts. That is one. Two, there is a need for us, like I said last time, to challenge this CBN move to change our currency. It's obvious now that this is a point to cover up some things. Perhaps I wouldn't know the terms of conference and the terms of reference for the committee. But if they can do, they have to, perhaps do something, to do something about this current state so that they will not sweep it under the carpet. Because if it continues, the way they will do something to cover up all these mess, we are now seeing. So we have to tie back, we have to tie this, this discovery to the ongoing or the proposed change of currency. Until things are clear, we need to know. And finally, this, to rescue Nigeria is a project for all of us. is a project for all Nigerians. And I thank God for one thing, that if have stolen money, we can recall, just return it. But those who have to be blacklisted as well. God says we should stand by justice, even if it is against your kinsmen.
Thank you very much.
That's the only way to that. That's the only way. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Prof.
Thank you very much.
Let's appreciate Professor Ridwan. This now Professor of Mass Communication. He's an authority when it comes to this my noble profession. This our noble profession. If we take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, waiting beyond where do you know from?
Morning, this is my room, calling from London, sir.
Okay, so how London?
Yeah, London is cold at the moment.
Quickly, your contributor. The time don't work.
Yeah, my contribution, we say, thank God for this revelation from Mustafa and the Honorable. But this shows that Nigeria is about to get cleaned and about to burst from all this revelation.
Yes.
But God will continue to protect us, protect Mustafa, protect the Honorable to clean up Nigeria. Nigeria is about to get clean up.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yeah, waiting your name, where you Devano from?
Yeah, my name is Nduka. I Devano from Spain.
Okay. May you never
I want to thank the Honorable for this information he's just given to the Nigerians now. And my prayer for him is for God to guide him and protect him and his family.
Amen, sir.
Mr. Honorable, good morning, sir.
Honorable.
Thank you. Thank you very
my brother,
much, sir.
how are you?
And the problem we are facing in that Nigeria is I believe that we don't have a really good judiciary system. That is why the corruption is full in everywhere. If there is a good judiciary system as it is in this Western world, anybody that is being accused of defrauding any embezzling money, when they give him a sentence of a year and they froze all his accounts, I believe the next person that is coming to the office will be very, very attentive and careful in handling the government property.
My brother.
Please, sir, this is giving us a good opportunity. Whenever we are choosing a leader now, we are going to choose the one that we know that is there to do the work for us, as this Excellency, this Honorable is doing now.
Okay.
We need a leader with a good heart, not a leader who doesn't care for the public, who doesn't care for the Nigerians.
Okay, my brother, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Let us be fair to judges. Our judiciary is not as bad as we are painting it. You see, the judge in the court cannot just decide on a matter unless the matter that has been brought before the court. Most of the times, police go water down case before they carry go give judge. The judge is not a magician.
This is how it is here in the Western world. Yes, sir.
So our system of government is different from that of the UK. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Here,
yes, sir.
person thief 1,100,000 naira. If police want scatter the case, they go just write 100,000 naira and something. So the judge know about the 100. The judge know about the 1 million naira. Now the 100,000 naira they present to them. When the judge can't give judgment, the person go they tell say the judge was not fair to me. Whereas now police now them scatter the matter before. So our judges should be we should be fair to our judges. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Honorary President.
Yes, sir. Your name, where you Devano from, contributed.
Hello?
Yes, I did hear you. Waiting be your contributed quickly and your name.
Yeah, my name is Harold from Germany.
Okay, Harold from Germany.
I appreciate second time watching your program, and this will make me get more interest on this your program. First of all, I thank Mr. Honorable Kazure for his effort, and thank you too for bringing him to the program and exposing me a lot of things, to many Nigerians. With this, we hope to more people they come out again to expose things.
Thank you.
Secondly, they say, I use this opportunity because there's a lot of propaganda where they don't propagate against our president. And they use this opportunity to tell our president, say, myself, I apologize. From today, I love him. And may God protect him to make good work for Nigeria.
So with this exposition now, you now love the president and you understand why some people are spoiling his name.
Yeah, and in short, if he adopt me, if he like, because we had a lot, we are in Europe, and you see these people, they just cook like what Major Hamza said. He said, this unforeseen hands, so they will just write something to spoil some. And it's not circulate the news from media.
Thank you.
That will be like a stigma.
Thank you.
And all those things now, nobody wants research.
Thank you very much. Consultant Ike, in order to be fair more to Central Bank of Nigeria, the allegations, some now against MFLA directly, some now against the Central Bank of Nigeria. Let's hear from the spokesperson of the Central Bank of Nigeria, at least the ones we concern the Central Bank of Nigeria in the authority to defend that one. So call him, just call him. The CBN. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
The president is on. Hello. Wants to.
Okay, talk to the mic, sir. Talk to the mic, sir.
Snap this letter. This is directives SGF give to Godwin MFLA to open stamp duty central account, informing them about the School of Banking Honors
since when?
As sole administration 19 October 2017, which he didn't do it up to now. That is the first violation.
Okay, take it, please. Call the central bank because we need to hear from the central bank. Waiting with the talk here, be say, Honorable Godaji Kazore don't bring all the documents to support in argument, but we are professionally obligated to hear the other side of this story. Now, so we even get a surprise visitor. We enter into na Honorable Imbi, Ide for studio. I don't know whether he would like to say one or two things. Yes, or I borrow the microphone from Honorable, please. You go introduce yourself. Would they call the PRO Central Bank of Nigeria, the Director of Public Affairs, Central Bank of Nigeria. Now the second time we would they call and be this. And our tradition here now to call person 3 times. Okay, the second time no go. Okay, Honorable, introduce yourself and...
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, the Brekete family. My name is Honorable Tony Nwolo. And I represented Oshodi Solo Federal Constituency in the 8th Assembly. Incidentally, Kazauri is my very good friend. So when I heard about this, I had to come to listen more to what he has to say. One thing I must state here clearly is that as Kazauri is, so are many honest, honorable members that are not even aware of this that is happening now, that I can assure you will take interest in this matter and take it up. You see, most times, not like we don't have many people that are ready to come out and talk. And that is one other thing I want the Brekete family to start. Coming from this next assembly that is going to come up, set a segment.
Okay, sorry. the the spokesperson of the Central Bank of Nigeria is here. Hello, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Yes, my name now Ordinary Ahmed Isa. Me and you for all day live on Human Rights Radio and Television. The name of the program now Brekete Family, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. I get Honorable Gudaji Kazaure for studio and about this stamp duty recovery committee and plenty allegations on Central Bank of Nigeria and the Central Bank governor himself. What be una position about this matter?
Thank you. Thank you, Berekete. Ordinary President.
Yes, sir.
You know, we don't hear this thing. The one thing I could tell you, because the thing where I hear is say 89 trillion stamp duty.
Accumulated, accrued.
Yes. And I even ask you, Ordinary Ahmed, what is the total asset for Nigerian banks?
I wouldn't know, sir.
That's about 60-something trillion. And if that is that, and somebody they talk say 50 kobo accumulate 89 trillion.
Considering our population in Nigeria
give the chairman this paper. 171 billion accumulated in the accounts. Look at it.
Hold on, sir. He's talking.
Take it to him, chairman. This is this day published it in 2020.
We are talking about total asset of Nigerian banks for the whole country. And then we are now saying that just stamp duty
accumulated.
Do the math yourself. And then come to a conclusion. Then the one way they talk about committee or no committee is Honorary Ahmed, we are professionals here. If there is any committee, that has nothing to do with us now. If they said the committee, their committee, maybe they do their work. And that has nothing to do with Central Bank. But what we are concerned is they're saying 80, and I'm saying that the total asset of Nigerian banks, how many be?
Okay, are you aware of the publication done by This Day newspaper of April 27, 2022 by 3:59 a.m. saying transaction on CBN's I&E window hit $171 billion. Are you aware of that? Because now part of the allegations where they for granted this.
Make I tell you this one too, because I hear this thing again. What is I&E window? I&E window is a platform where people trade in FX. It is not an account. So banks come there to trade. CBN comes in also, even as an observer. So we can either buy or we sell. It is a platform.
So when you
start hearing these humongous amounts and all that, you see, I think there's a little bit of misunderstanding on what I&E window stands for. It's a platform for trading. It's like, as you talk so now, you say stock exchange. That stock exchange, that is 1 trillion somewhere. So this stock, people come in there, buy, sell stock.
Are you aware of this 40-60 ratio sharing formula of stamp duties, 15 stamp duties?
You know, you see, I think what we need to do here, is, because you see, issues around stamp duty, it has to do with...
Ask him 100 naira.
Okay, 100 naira.
That 40-60 ratio, where is the 40 going?
Whatever the law says, it's not about CBN, it's not about anybody, it is about the law. If the law says this is what it is, that's what it is.
No, not in all situations.
What I'm saying in effect,
what is normal with the law might not be normal with morality.
Fine, and I'm saying that, you see, I think we need to understand first that central bank is a creation of the law. And that's why we say that CBN is an institution with statutory flavor. Our responsibility is to keep also the law. The law says this is what stamp duty or act or whatever is all about. That's what CBN does. We keep our books. And that's why sometimes when we start hearing these numbers being bandied, and we keep on saying, and then they will even bring CBN governor's name into it. So what will happen now?
Are you aware of the committee?
Which of the committees?
The interministerial.
I heard about it. I've been seeing it in the papers. And that's why I said, if any committee, Central Bank of Nigeria, they set committee now.
Okay.
They have their committee and they invite CBN.
I am talking about the committee set up by the President and Commander-in-Chief to recover these monies.
That's what I'm saying. I think the issue of committees have been addressed by the presidency also.
My brother.
Yes, sir.
I will suggest you inform the central bank governor that I'm inviting him over to come and say his own side of the story. There are questions I'm going to ask you now. Allow me to finish what I'm about to say, please. Tell the central bank governor that the ordinary president is inviting him over to come and give answers to some questions that ordinarily you, in your capacity as the spokesperson, will not be in a position, or you will lack the capacity to give an answer to such questions.
Now, Ordinary Ahmed, I heard what you said.
Yes.
You've asked me certain questions now. Even though I didn't even know you were going to come. I was in a meeting. That's why 2 calls came. So I had to move out to pick it because, we say that with the People's Central Bank. So I stepped out of that meeting.
Thank you for stepping out.
This call. And then you have asked me certain things on stamp duty. I even threw a question back and I said, if the size of the stamp duty is bigger than the size of the total assets of the banking industry, is it possible?
This question is not for me.
Now,
see.
You asked about the platform here and e-window. I told you that thing is a platform. When you say stock exchange and people, they come there, you say that the total capitalization of stock exchange is 150 trillion. Does that mean that capitalization means that there is an account for 100? People come in there.
Director,
we'll go deliver your message.
Director of Public Affairs.
Oga.
Please introduce yourself again so that Nigerians will know who you are, sir.
Ordinary Ahmed, you don't introduce me now.
No, I beg, do I?
My name is Osita.
One is very important. Ask him.
Director of Corporate Communications, CBN.
Okay. Director of Corporate Communications, sir. I am giving Central Bank of Nigeria Tuesday to come and address. I will re-invite Honorable Gudaji Kazaure. That same, CBN will come on Tuesday. Say your own side of the story. You can go back and play back all the allegations on ground. Come with your answers. After Tuesday's appearance, we will now agree to fix a date. Honorable Gudaji Kazaure will be there. CBN governor will be there. They face each other because this is something that borders on the integrity of Nigeria and the well-being of all Nigerians. Nobody is too big to answer questions that comes from Nigerians. So Tuesday next week, the central bank governor will be here to answer some of these to give answers to some of these allegations that have been raised by Honorable Godaji Kazare, the Secretary of the Recovery Committee set up by the Commander-in-Chief himself. After Tuesday's solo appearance as Central Bank of Nigeria, we will now agree on a date. Honorable Godaji Kazare will come with his documents. Central Bank will come with their documents for Nigerians to be better informed. Honorable Godaji Kazare have said his own. We will hear that of the Central Bank's governor's side. Then that very day, Nigerians will identify who is telling lies and who is saying the truth.
Ordinary Ahmed, I hear what you talk. But I'm hoping you are aware that the CBN governor is not even around at the moment.
He will come back. Even the president is coming back. All of them are coming back at the same time.
But I just told you, because I have the information.
I have the information that they have traveled.
Good.
And I'm monitoring their movement over there. And I'm telling you, they are coming back.
Has other engagements. As we speak now, is not.
Tell him that tell the CBN governor that I have given him Tuesday. If he's not going to be here physically, we can do Zoom with him. Technology has made life a lot easier. He is going to be live on Zoom. We can use vMix to do live interview with him, where he's going to answer to those questions wherever he is around the world.
It's not network. Why he keeps silent?
No, he's going to talk. He's going to talk.
Tell him I am hearing him.
Okay, Honorable Godaji Kazare is listening to you.
And I even wrote.
Oh, you are finished.
There is some questions that I want before he left.
No, you are not going to ask. You are not going
no,
to.
Chairman, ask him. I wrote it for you.
Please don't ask him any question again. The governor will be here.
Yes.
Either live here in the studio physically, or wherever he is. On Tuesday, he is going to be live, unless the governor is hiding something.
Or he dodge.
Thank you very much.
No, Honorable Ahmed, the governor has no reason to hide anything.
I said unless. I did not conclude.
These things are public. This thing. Okay, let me ask you. Let me say this now. Let me say this. This is 12. This is 12. 12 after 12. In the US, this will be about 5 a.m. or 4 a.m.
Depending on the state.
That's what I'm saying. So we need to understand this. And I've heard what you said, Honorable.
Gasa, relate my message to the governor. Thank you very much. Let's appreciate the spokesperson. Even if now 1 o'clock for night for dear, this is something that requires him talking to us. If he's a board chairman of the board of Central Bank, he is not the president and commander-in-chief. Even the president can be forced to come and address Nigerians. Talk more of a Central Bank governor. Please. I have exams. In fact, I am already missing some part of the exams, but I will go. Even if now 20 over 100 I get, this is more important than the exam. I can do carryover. It doesn't really matter. Yes, Honorable Tony.
Yes, please. And in view of what is going on, I think that the next legislative day, that this should be called up as a matter of urgent national. That is why I'm saying it on air.
Give him the second mic. Let him.
That is why I'm saying it on air, because
now.
Honorable Kazare here.
You said no.
The House was not allowed you to do motion or anything on these matters, because I can show you the copy of the motion. When they send me a letter suspending the committee, I intend to take the committee to the House so that we can match between the committee and DSS and the House to work together. Speaker refused to allow me to do the motion under matters of urgent public importance. Later on, when she reads the motion, Speaker says she have to remove certain words that I put, which is attacking the civilian governor. At the end, I understand that they are enjoying civilian governor. They are in the pocket of the civilian governor. They are enjoying directly in monthly or weekly basis. So, I can see the chairman of the committee at that very day, the Victor Onwokolo, the chairman of the Banking and Currency Committee, a brother to Emepele, he came shaking that, telling me he is dancing on the floor of the House that, Honorable, your committee is suspended. Your committee is suspended.
He's dancing.
He is dancing. My committee is suspended.
Can we get video of this dance?
Go to your committee. Go to your office. Civilian governor send you a letter. He will not attend your invitation. He is dancing.
The chairman House committee.
He is happy dancing on the floor before the speaker because they all supported him. So I now understand House cannot investigate the civilian governor, because when we invited the civilian governor, we are about to detain him. He said if he was detained, he will mention the beneficiaries of these monies. He is not alone enjoying this money.
The civilian governor said
there is beneficiaries anywhere, both in the presidency and the House.
But did he say so? That he is going to mention names of people?
He said if he is arrested and detained, he will mention the people that is favoring on these issues.
Oh, thank you very much. I rest my case.
What I want you to understand, Honorable, forget with the issue, to take this issue to House. At last, what the House will do, they will do an ad hoc committee to say they will investigate. They will go and collect dollars and say that they investigate, there is nothing. They will hijack the investigation, and at last they will tell Nigerians they investigate, there is nothing. They will collect dollar underground. So forget.
Thank you. I in as much as this is a very grave, weighty allegations against the leadership of the National Assembly. And when I mean the National Assembly, at this point, this goes beyond just the House of Reps. Both the Senate, the entire National Assembly must rise to these allegations. And
because
one thing I know,
they breach my privileges.
Is that
how can they breach my privileges as a member House of Representatives? As a member representing poor local government, as a member House of Representing Nigeria on the floor, I came with this important issue. Speaker refused to allow me breach my privileges as a member, his colleague. He's my colleague. He just becomes speaker just by advantage. We voted for him as a speaker. He's my colleague. He represents one local government. I represent four local government. I won election with a margin of 50,000 votes. He won election with a margin of 7,000 votes. And I came on the floor of the House to do this motion. Speaker stopped me. And I see the chairman of this committee. And why I put this allegation, how Speaker House of Representatives will take the Committee of Banking and Currency, which CBN is under that committee, to the junior brother of the CBN governor.
Okay, thank you very much.
So like I said, these are very weighty allegations against the National Assembly. And haven't been a party to that. I also know very well that there are very astute lawmakers in this country, and they will not allow this to go down the floor.
I pray so.
I want to assure Nigerians that worst case scenario, let me be frank with you, with what all these weighty allegations, these are impeachable offense even against the speaker if he tries to stop it or to cover it. And I can assure you, this cuts across all the party lines. It has nothing to do with any party. And all the lawmakers, most of them will take interest. Majority of them will take interest in this matter.
I pray so.
Because I do not want to believe It is not, in fact, it is not possible.
Thank you very
We have men of impeccable character in the National Assembly.
Thank you.
I also know that Nigerians will be watching. If this matter is so, that Kazaure's, like he has said, his constitutional entitlements will not be breached or suspended by the floor.
Thank you
very much.
Hello, good morning.
Nobody would be to suspend the Honorable Kazauri. You can suspend anybody, but not the Honorable Kazauri.
To our very special guest, Muruchin Kanduse.
They are talking to you.
Yes.
Take it again quickly.
Budadi, you are the Muruchin Kanduse. They cannot do anything to you.
Inshallah.
Your life is in Allah's hand. And you are a compatriot. Our national anthem says, "Arise, O compatriots." You have shown you are a true compatriot. And because of that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide you.
Yeah.
I want to remind all of us that our being here is not a mistake on earth. God has put us here for a purpose, and for every action we do, every single action, including our country, whether we help the country forge ahead or we make it go back, we are going to account for it. So the earlier the better. Those people that are doing things, there's a new sheriff in town. Things are going to change. Definitely. And to Yusuf Buhari, if you're listening, do the needful. Please.
Thank you.
Do the needful. Let your father's name be sustained in gold. And let yourself, either your own conscience, tell you that you have done well. Because wallahi tallahi, we're going to answer to God. May Allah guide us. Honorary President, Gidiba.
Thank you. Down.
Thank you very much, my sister.
Thank you. Honorable, we go invite you again, sir.
Yes. And finally, I am giving you the summary of the chart.
Okay, sir.
That the School of Banking Honors wrote an invoice to the federal government demanding bin stamp duty of 89.1 trillion that CBN should transfer from its private investors account into stamp duty central account at 92.5% of the amount, less 5% royalty plus 2% recovery. Because the School of Banking Honors claims, the School of Banking Honors claims it is 5% royalty and 2% recovery out of what they recovered. So they give the chart, stamp duty revenue from 6 pilot states from 2013 to 2016 is 13 trillion. Stamp duty revenue from all 36 states, including FCT, from 2017 to 2020 is 76 trillion.
Thank you.
That 13 plus 76, that is what make 89 trillion.
Thank you.
And there is summary of the claim. The summary of the claim is in chart 1 and chart 2. In chart 1, there is CBN cashless policy in only 6 pilot states, including FCT, from 2013, 14, 15, 16, which is 13 trillion, 70 billion, and 400 million naira. Then in chart 2, there is cashless policy in all 36 states, including FCT, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020, which CBN report gradually roll from 6 to 36 states. Full roll out in all 36 states. Gross applied on 2018 figure, 10%. So that is how they get 76 trillion, 66 billion, and 700 million naira.
Thank you.
This is the chart, the chart. And it has this one, EFCC has a coffee. Boss Mustafa has a coffee. In the president office, there is coffee. Minister of Finance has a even reminded copy in her office with the stamp received. This is invoice raised by the School of Banking Honors, and the CBN governor has a copy. They copied to him since he didn't deny, he didn't come and say there's no that money. and he refused to open stamp duty central account. Why?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So you copy it. You copy this one too.
Thank you, Honorable Godaji Kazari. We cannot thank you enough. We cannot thank you enough. Allah Isakad Al.
So I'm very sorry, sir. Lastly, all the NGOs and the human rights and the private anti-corruptions and civil societies and organization, student unions and all others Nigerians, they're supposed to be serious on this issue. Why I say they're supposed to be serious? Issue of CVN to even come and defend himself is not the matter. It's the issue of let CVN move. Let CVN governor leave his chair since there is this allegation. Because in the development countries, if there is these allegations
you have to step aside.
You have to step aside and bring an independent investigator as the president appointed us. I swear to Almighty Allah, if we enter CVN in less than 14 working days, we will bring money above this money to Nigeria. I swear to Almighty.
Within 14
working days, we will bring. And let me tell the Nigerians and the civilian governor to know. We invited FBI. We invited many people that they are good in softwares, hacking and others. This committee has a documents. They transferred all the transactions they made from 2017 in the I&E window, FMDQ, loans, transfers they are doing from CBN to African Development Banks, the banks they acquires, the loans they did, the circulated loans, all what you never expect. The people beneficiaries of the civilian government.
Not talk and finish. Not talk and
finish.
Let's appreciate Honorable Godaji Kazari.
You have to tell them that we have a sensitive documents which we are about to submit to the president, and we are advising them. We are not fighting anybody. We are not looking anybody to go down. We are not looking down. Let the civilian governor open stamp duty central account.
Simple.
Centralize all that money
into the
move the trillions, not even 89. Let him move at least 20 or 30 trillion in that account. Let us go and tell the president we recover money. There is no loan in this implementation of budget. We no borrowing. So that is what I want. I don't want to quibble. I don't want anything. But I want him to open stamp duty central account, move the money in that account, then let the state governments take their shares, because in the stamp duty, all of the countries, the states are the beneficiaries. Let the state take their own. Then the rest of the money move to the TSA, to the federation account. Then we can reduce our debt. Then we can implement our budget without borrowing. Look at the 2022 capital budget implementation. Yet it's 50% release. We implement national budget 50%. And there's a greatest disappointment that we want Nigerians to know. In 2023 budget, even the salaries of the security, army, police, federal government workers, current and recurrent 70% is through borrowing.
Aye.
The salary of the Nigerian staff, security, any federal government staffs, 70% is through borrowing.
Thank you.
70%.
Thank you.
So that is why I'm worried.
Okay.
I'm worried.
Distinguished Ambassador Poto, quickly, you have 1 minute. How is France today?
Yes, ordinary. I thank God for making you form. God bless you.
Amen. And you too.
And the honorable, may God Almighty continue to protect you.
Amen.
Any man, woman, group who are planning bad on you, may they receive shame.
Amen.
Because ordinarily, I am tired here. Since morning I'm listening to this. I have never been tired like today. Hey! Ordinary, I beg.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. My brothers, my sisters, if when I look down and I see time, don't they give us signal to do things? Signal.
And then finally, sir, no, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
There is certain documents that I didn't give you.
Yes, sir.
I will make a file for you.
Oh, yes, sir.
There is letters that we wrote to the banks and replied from the banks. Letters sent to SGF. Letters sent to Minister of Justice. All letters sent to CVN. I will just do photocopy of all the response of the banks and the letters. Then some critical papers.
Yes.
I will give you like 20. I will release some 20 or 15% to you. So that you can hold.
Thank you very much.
When you see something, no. You will see dim. Thank you.
Thank you. My brothers, my sisters, if I looked at our sister today, Elder Polycarp, now we are on a money hook with that too. On behalf of everybody waiting for inside the open air studio, inside the compound of Human Rights Radio and Television, I don't go forget to appreciate my colleague from the Voice of America, Nasir El Hikaya. Please wait. So Voice of America is here, and other people will disguise themselves. My name na Ordinary Ahmed Issa. They call me the Ordinary President. That na because I dey fight people. I dey fight people where they try to sit down on top of the right of Nigerians and human beings. With this one where I talk, dumb.